Are there 5 or 6 stages to recovery? Most will tell you 5, some will tell you 6th, and the 6th is a little controversial. That's what we're talking about today, so stick around. I'm LT and I'm an alcoholic addict. If you clicked on this video, you must be interested in recovery. I want you to know that you found the right place. That's what this channel is going to be dedicated to, is learning about recovery. So stay tuned for more videos. I'm going to try to produce them weekly. That may not always happen, but stick around, videos will be popping out. 1. Pre-contemplation. This is when the addict hasn't even contemplated the fact that they have a problem. When the addict or the alcoholic are in this stage, they are experiencing the negative effects that they're having from their addiction. Sometimes the family will be completely at rock bottom, but the addict still will not be. During this stage, the defense mechanisms are on high alert. Addicts will not acknowledge that they have a problem, even though deep down inside they know that they do. They will come up with any and every excuse to minimize the negative effects of their addiction. They may rationalize or make excuses for their behavior as well. Addicts may lie or try to lay blame on someone or something else. A common excuse is, "The doctor says that I need it." Usually when a loved one reaches out to the addict in this stage, the addict will resent any suggestion that they need help or that they need to change their behavior. Some in this stage see it as a hopeless cause to try to quit, that it requires too much energy, and they stay stuck in a vicious cycle of addiction. Even if they are willing to go to treatment when pushed by friends or family, or maybe by the court, they got a nudge from the judge, because it is not by their own desire, treatment is often ineffective. Knowing life is falling apart around them, they are ruining relationships and even their health, they still refuse to admit they have a problem. As a loved one at this point in someone's addiction, it is best to raise the awareness of the risks and the problems associated with their addiction, whether it is drinking or drugs, as much as they will listen. This will help plant seeds to transition into stage 2. 2. Contemplation. At this point, the addict will have begun to recognize they have a drinking or a drug problem, and they may want to get help, but are still teetering back and forth between addiction and recovery. Procrastination or stalling is common in this stage. They may set a date in the future to quit, maybe a New Year's resolution, but it's only going to be a suggestion. It's not going to be set in stone. Like me, when I was drinking, I tried to wean myself off. I tried to cut back. I tried 1 pint, and then the idea was the next night to have a half a pint and cut it in half until I quit. I attempted this a few times with no success. I would drink the pint the first night and I'd end up back at the liquor store to get more. And the next day, I continued like nothing ever happened, like I always had. A lot of addicts, as I did, will stay stuck in this stage for a long time. They know full well they need to change, but never act on it. So how can we help someone in this stage? They will usually be willing to talk about it for a brief time, and when you are blessed with this opportunity, try to get them to see the pros and the cons of the addiction. Sometimes this will help a person find clarity in this stage. Feelings of guilt, shame, hopelessness, desperation are common when they are at this crossroad. It is at this point they need to shift from contemplating and thinking about their problems to looking for a solution. And this is when they start to enter stage 3. 3. Preparation. In stage 3, preparation, we are preparing to take action. It has been said that if people jump forward from the preparation stage too early, they are more likely to fail. At this point, people are committed to change and preparing to take actions within the next several days or weeks. I'm pretty sure that I spent a good year in this stage. At this stage, even though the addict is still using, they are beginning to tell their friends and their family that they need help, and they've been coming up with some kind of a plan. If you are a loved one of an addict, it is good to be pre-prepared for this stage by having pre-prepared. You can already have dug through the internet and found local services available to be able to help them come up with a plan. If you are in this stage, take time to develop a detailed action plan and identify strategies that will help you conquer your addiction. You need to take a look at the lifestyle change that is going to take place. Look for a treatment facility near you. I'll put a link in the description below of the treatment facility that I went to. I highly suggest you seek some kind of group therapy. There is a ton of power in that. Setting goals in this stage will strengthen your commitment to change. Once you have done this, you are ready for stage 4. 4. Action. So after having gone through the first 3 stages, you're ready for stage 4, which is action. You're going to take action to get rid of whatever habit you have. The name of the IOP that I went to is called Action. At this stage, the addict has chosen an approach to sobriety and are executing it. For some, detox is in order. It can be very dangerous to come off of certain drugs. Heavy drinkers can experience death, so you might want to look into some detox hospital near you. The 2 times that I came off drugs, I had to detox. The first time I was in jail, so I had no choice. I was coming off meth and I slept for dang near a month straight. I only got up to go to the bathroom and to eat, and I barely ate at that. When I did finally wake up, come out of my slumber from all the meth that I had been using, all the dope sickness that I was experiencing, they were calling me sleepy in the whole pod. And I ended up getting it tattooed right here on my arm. The second time I detoxed, I was a full-blown alcoholic and I had to check myself into a hospital where I spent 4 days detoxing. Now, don't let this detoxing become an excuse to keep using. Take action. Get yourself detoxed. As soon as you are done detoxing, get into a program. There are many types available. There's long-term residential, short-term residential, outpatient treatment programs, individualized counseling, group therapy, and 12-step programs. This stage can be both physically and mentally taxing. I can assure you from experience. Your mind will play tricks on you, telling you that you don't need to be there. But by all means, do not listen. Stick with it. There's a huge risk of relapse at this stage as well. From my experience, 30 to 50 days in clean, there is some kind of bump in the road where 70% of the people end up relapsing. And I base those numbers on from what I witnessed at my 4 months in the IOP treatment. I myself lapsed at 47 days. I had 3 shots of whiskey. My addict mind was playing tricks on me and I fell for the trap. This action stage can last from 3 to 6 months and sometimes as long as 18, but it does not mark the end of recovery process. That's when we get to stage 5. 5, maintenance. In this stage, you're taking all the tools you have learned in the program that you've chosen and you're putting them into practice every day to stay clean and sober. You or your loved one now is enjoying the benefits of quitting drinking or drugs. Your mind is firing on all cylinders and you're feeling really good. People are proud of you and you're getting your life back together. At this point, the tools that you learned in the action stage should be second nature. Healthy eating and exercise will often help you in this stage. Now here's where things get a little bit controversial. Some say that this stage can last from 6 months to several years or longer. And then some say that there's actually a 6th stage. 6, termination. Some say that this is the final stage. Theoretically, at this stage, the addiction is conquered completely. And that is based on the addict is clean and no longer has cravings, and they say that there is no threat of relapse. Some say that we addicts have a disease, that the battle never goes completely away. They believe that the risk of relapse always remains and the disease requires lifelong treatment. That's 2 ways to look at it. Personally, from my experience, I believe that it's a lifelong battle that gets easier over time but never fully goes away. So what do you think? Are there 5 or are there 6 stages of recovery? Let me know in the comments below. And also, what stage are you in? If you've made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. If you want to recover with me and I've earned it, please subscribe, ring that bell, and stay tuned for more videos on recovery, because recovering together is better. And if you want, you can see my story right here, how and why I quit drugs and drinking. Until next time, stay strong and work your program. Peace.